What's up guys, it's Sean here. Okay, this week's video is gonna be a really kind of quick and dirty video, just really kind of about me and why I started this channel. I just wanted to make this because I'm really excited about how this is going. I set a goal for myself just to put out 10 videos and then we'll see how I feel and go from there. And this is my 10th video. So that's super exciting. So a little bit about why I started this channel. Well, I was talking to some of my friends and we were discussing kind of like, full-on adult stuff, like mortgages and rent and that kind of thing, what we would do differently had we gone through our 20s knowing what we know now. And at work, I started talking to some of the young guys and girls coming in, and they're starting to make, a little bit more money now, starting out their careers. So in the conversations with them, I started to say, well, what do you guys think if I had this as a subject of a YouTube channel? And they said, yeah, that actually would be really cool. Like you should think about doing that. So I had that idea in the back of my head, walking around work sometimes. And then as I started to kind of flesh the idea out and I started to script a couple episodes, I started to see certain things. So here's an Instagram post from March. And it's from an account that I follow. It's actually just like a funny account, and I know the caption is supposed to be funny, but every joke kind of has a little nugget of truth, doesn't it? And I was like, well, hey, there's something along the lines of where I'm kind of thinking of going. Then sure enough, a few weeks go by and there's another one. Same account, similar type of joke, but again, I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Now, I also get up early and I go to the gym. I try to go every weekday in the morning before I go to work. One of the days that I was at the gym, the TVs were on and MSNBC was playing this segment called Money, Power, Politics. There was a guy that they were quoting, his name is Ray Dalio. I'll actually try to find that video segment and I'll leave a link in the description or somewhere up here in the video so that you guys can go watch it. Sorry guys, so one thing quickly before I show you this isn't Ray Dalio, this is Josh Brown, who's the CEO of a totally different wealth management company. They're talking about comments that Ray Dalio had said in April, so just clarifying. Anyway, I'll leave a link to this whole video in my description, but back to it.
People fall asleep when I say things like financial literacy, but how much do you believe financial literacy would change the game? In a high school curriculum, we don't learn how to get a mortgage. We don't learn how to get a lease on a car. We learn nothing about stocks and bonds.
Here's what we learn. We learn, and I have 2 kids in the school system. We learn how to memorize facts and procedures and formulas long enough to regurgitate them back onto a piece of paper 3 days later, and then we move on. So my kids are learning about parallelograms. That's great. That and a Metro card might get you on the subway. What we're not learning is how to calculate interest on a credit card, how to make a decision, rent versus own, why it's so important to compound wealth over long periods of time and start early, even when you think you don't have the money to start. We don't have those conversations in high school for whatever reason. But if we did, people might act differently in their 20s and set themselves up for success in their 30s.
Well, basically, he's describing financial literacy as one of the biggest financial crises. Crises? It's bad. So I was like, well, that's kind of the third sign I've kind of run into this week, and maybe I should do something about this. So that got me super pumped. I'm like, now I have a good cause. This makes me feel good about creating the content. I wasn't really trying to do this for subscribers or views, but I just want to put that stuff out there and hopefully it helps some people. Anyway, I started scripting more episodes, I started writing, and I got to about 5. I started putting them out on YouTube. I didn't really tell anybody because I was still trying to figure out the channel, and I still am. But now that it's the 10th episode, I decided to make this video just to kind of explain why I am putting these videos out there. And if it's something that interests you, just consider subscribing. That would be awesome. Go back, I've got a couple book reviews that I've already done, and my goal with those is if I got 10 subs and then 10 comments on those specific videos, I would draw a name out of a hat from one of the people who commented and get in touch with that person and send them the book for free. So I thought about Ray Dalio's comment, and I know that's really discouraging. It was kind of worrying to hear that sort of thing from what I am now learning is one of the leading minds in kind of the economy. But it was also selfishly very exciting because I was like, this is confirmed. This is something that is a need, and hopefully people start to realize it. And I think as people get older, they'll start to say, you know, I should really take responsibility for knowing how my money works. And I figured, hey, I could help with that. So my goal with this whole thing is just to put out content that helps people. And I really want to promote not being shy or ashamed about our finances. So every time I do like an exercise, I share the real numbers, what I actually spend on stuff. So this channel is full transparency. There are other young guys that are doing a lot of similar types of videos. The difference that I have found is that those guys are showing you how to invest or maybe get into real estate. They may share also their income, but I remember watching one guy who was like a serial entrepreneur and very successful, but he was able to do that because he was 22 years old and still lived at his parents' place. Then I watched another guy who was saying, oh, I've got all these investment vehicles, but his main job paid him $30,000 a month. And I was like, well, hell, if I had $30,000 a month from my job, there'd be no problem. I wouldn't need to be watching my finances. So then I thought, well, there must be a place for folks that are like me, that are in their early 30s, they have some things established, they've got some sense of how money works, but haven't really figured it out, haven't really made it efficient. And as I said in the first video, I'm gonna start getting better. And as I do, I'm just gonna document how I do things. I'm gonna share that content with you guys, and hopefully you guys will like it and you'll find it useful. Anyway, just wanted to make this real quick video. Thank you for watching. Go back and watch the other 9 videos if you haven't already. I'll leave some links below and I'll pop up some links right now. Anyways, thanks guys. My name is Sean, wishing you a great day and an even better tomorrow. See ya.